Guys. Today we'll be talking about the cholinergic system. So before we talk about the cholinergic system, I'd like to just briefly go over the acetylcholine. What are parasympathetic and sympathetic pathways? Specifically, the parasympathetic pathway because that is the one that we'll be studying in cholinergic drugs, how they'll work and all of that. For that, you need to have a brief understanding of that at least. I'm sure you must have been taught about it last year, but just in case, just to brush up your memory, I'll go over it once again. Now, your nervous system is divided into CNS and PNS, right? So you have your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is further divided into autonomic nervous system and somatic nervous system. Okay? Autonomic nervous system, on the other hand, will have two further subdivisions, which is sympathetic subdivision, sympathetic, and parasympathetic. Our acetylcholine will mainly lie here. Okay. Sometimes it will venture into sympathetic as well, but more often than not, you will see that it is mainly involved in the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. Now, most viscera or most organs will have both sympathetic innervation and parasympathetic innervation. In general, autonomic nervous system, because it is autonomous, does not it is not under your voluntary control. It is innervating a lot of vessels. It will innervate your heart, eye, glands, blood vessels, GIT, uterus, urinary system, so on and so forth. There are several organs that it is innervating. Okay, and whenever specific response is required without your voluntary control, that response is achieved. Okay, for example, you do not have to voluntarily think about beating your heart, or essentially for your heartbeat to be normal, or you will not have to voluntarily think about meiosis or mydriasis depending on where you want to focus, okay, or depending on the amount of light that is coming, things like that. Okay. यहाँ पर generally speaking, sympathetic and parasympathetic system, they are opposite in function but they are somewhat balanced. ठीक है, because they are balanced, your body is in a state of equilibrium. All right. uh, in a sense, sympathetic nervous system will help your person adjust to stress, and especially it will prepare the body for flight or fight mechanisms. So sympathetic system is responsible for fight or flight mechanisms. Parasympathetic system, on the other hand, is responsible for rest and digest. Okay. Now, these are commonly used mnemonics. They are not official as such, but your parasympathetic nervous system will make sure that your body has uh, building reactions, tissue building reactions. Okay. Whatever background reactions that occur, those are the responsibility of parasympathetic nervous system. Now, in general, a man can survive without the sympathetic nervous system if they are maintained stress free, but they cannot survive without parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, if their autonomic responses are not working properly, they will not be able to survive. Okay, if digestion is not occurring, if the heart is not beating, all of that is under the control of parasympathetic nervous system. Big control. Now, if we talk about, 1 second, right? So if we talk about the innovation itself, autonomic innovation जो होता, you have both afferent autonomic nerves and efferent autonomic nerves. Now, autonomic afferents, which are autonomic afferents, okay, these are carried into visceral nerves through non-myelinated fibers. Okay, so if you look at the level of your spinal cord, let us suppose this is the spinal horn. ठीक है, यहाँ से ऐसा आ रहा, need to it a little bigger. It is vital that you understand how the cholinergic system works before you understand how cholinergic drugs work. Okay, if you don't understand how cholinergic system works, it will become very hard for you to understand how cholinergic drugs will work. Hmm. Now, you are having an afferent neuron that is a non-myelinated neuron. So let us suppose यहाँ से यहाँ तक myelination है. ठीक है. Now let me use a different color. Hmm. Let us suppose this much area is myelinated, and the afferent neuron that is going to your brain, A afferent, ठीक है, which is bringing the stimulus, is going like this. Okay, so this is the afferent neuron, non-myelinated type. These are going into your visceral nerves. Okay, they are carried in the visceral nerves through non-myelinated fiber. For example, you have parasympathetic efferents from that are carried from your ninth and 10th cranial nerve. Okay, they will have non-myelinated fibers. On the other hand, efferent neurons which are going out, they do not cross over. Okay, SRA, and they combine near your ganglion. Let us suppose this is the ganglion. One second. And यहाँ से ऐसे जा रहा. Okay, so here is the innervation, the synapse where ganglionic synapse is present, and this is representing your ganglion. ठीक है, ganglion से फिर post ganglionic fiber आ रहा. So this is the pre ganglionic fiber and this is the post ganglionic fiber. All right, pre ganglionic fibers are generally myelinated. One second. ये जो रहता, this fellow will be myelinated. I hope you know what is the difference between myelinated neuron and non-myelinated neuron. These post ganglionic fibers जो रहते हैं ये non-myelinated रहते हैं. ठीक है, they don't have any myelin sheet. This post ganglionic neuron will go to the effector. So neuroeffector junction को जा रहता. For example, अगर smooth muscle को जा रहा है या skeletal muscle को जा रहा है या glands को जा रहा है या जिधर भी जा रहा हो, ठीक है, we'll discuss where all the sites of release of these neurotransmitters are, but essentially this is how your autonomic innervation occurs. Okay, there is an afferent neuron and there is an efferent neuron. This will be the efferent, these will be the efferents. Okay, these are the efferents. Now generally efferents are coming out of the thoracic. You'll have efferents coming out of T1 to L3. Okay, sympathetic efferents will come out from T1 to L3, then lower down you'll have these parasympathetic ones that are coming out. Anyway, postganglionic fibers from your sympathetic ganglia are very long. Okay, and they innervate your head, neck, viscera, thorax, abdomen. Sometimes adrenal medulla को जो है direct sympathetic ganglion भी आता. Now the interesting thing here is it is not necessary that parasympathetic innervation will end only in parasympathetic innervation. इसका मतलब क्या है? Let us suppose it is coming out of your spinal cord. A nerve fiber is coming out of your spinal cord, which is parasympathetic. ठीक है? Let us suppose this is a parasympathetic this thing, what you call the nerve fiber, which conforms with acetylcholine, meaning the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine here. There is a chance sometimes what happens is this fellow will form a ganglion. One second. This fellow will form a ganglion, and यहाँ से sympathetic stimulation आता. So here it will give, for example, it will give noradrenaline. ठीक है. The post ganglionic neuron is noradrenaline, because of which what will happen is it will start stimulating the sympathetic system. As I told you, acetylcholine is taking part not just in parasympathetic nervous system but also in sympathetic nervous system. You can have pure no, parasympathetic this thing as well. For example, ऐसा भी रह सकता. The preganglionic neuron is conforming to acetylcholine, so is the postganglionic neuron. Okay? This fellow will also conform with acetylcholine. This generally happens in the parasympathetic stimulation. आपके आइस में, हार्ट में ऐसा रह सकता. ठीक है. It can directly the same way it can go to sweat glands as well. All sweat glands will have parasympathetic innervation. ठीक है. Sometimes you can have direct innervation where acetylcholine is directly going to sweat glands, some adrenal medulla, sorry, not sweat glands, adrenal medulla. Now, adrenal medulla, in turn, upon stimulation, can release different types of catecholamines, जो भी रहते. ठीक है. Mainly it is noradrenaline, but it can release other types as well. Then another innervation will go like this into skeletal muscle. Direct innervation, neuromuscular junction पे जाता वो. This end will become the neuromuscular junction because the nerve is ending up near the muscle and stimulating the muscle, depolarizing the muscle. This will govern the somatic nerve system. ठीक है. यहाँ पर भी एसिटाइल कोलिन ही आता है, but it is going and stimulating your skeletal muscle. ठीक है. So for example, I'll show you one image. And these are all the innovations of your, ये देखो ये है. ठीक है. This is what I was trying to draw. Essentially, this is representing all the action of acetylcholine on different ganglia and on the effector muscle. Now, sometimes you can have acetylcholine as a pre and post ganglionic neuron. So, and these ganglia themselves, they will be nicotinic or muscarinic. Mostly जो ganglionic neurons रहते वो nicotinic रहते. ठीक है. They will have nicotinic receptors on them. Nicotinic receptors are the receptors that will conform with acetylcholine, meaning you can also tell they conform with nicotine. इसका मतलब ये है nicotine which is present in your cigarettes. ठीक है. Whenever a person smokes a cigarette, the drug which is present inside the cigarette will go and stimulate these ganglia, and you will get specific response similar to acetylcholine. Okay, that is why those this thing receptors are called nicotinic receptors. These nicotinic receptors, as you can see, are present in all the ganglia. It is present here, here. Jaja N likha hua hai, those represent a nicotinic receptor. All the ganglia that are conforming with acetylcholine, all the preganglionic neuron which are attaching into the ganglia, whether it be in adrenals, whether it be anywhere else, it will have a nicotinic receptor. From there, the post ganglionic neuron that comes out, it might be sympathetic in origin, it might be parasympathetic in origin, it might be whatever it is. Generally जो ganglia में रहते हैं, those are nicotinic receptors. Now the effector organ might have adrenergic receptors like alpha beta here, जैसा हार्ट में है, या फिर या एड्रेनर्जिक रिसेप्टर इसलिए है क्योंकि पोस्ट गैंग्लियोनिक न्यूरॉन, यहाँ पर देखो, इनिशियली प्री गैंग्लियोनिक न्यूरॉन, दिस फेलो विल हैव acetylcholine. If you can see here, that acetylcholine is causing stimulation in ganglia, which wherein under that stimulation that ganglia is releasing noradrenaline or norepinephrine. तो जो पोस्ट गैंग्लियोनिक न्यूरॉन बनता, that will become sympathetic in nature. ठीक है. That is a sympathetic neuron essentially, and in the end it will release the effector organ के पास, it will release norepinephrine or noradrenaline, whatever you call it. ठीक है. And this will conform to either beta or alpha receptors of adrenergic nervous system. Sometimes you can have dopamine being released as well. Rare cases. Sometimes dopamine is also being released in post sympathetic dopaminergic neurons बोलते हैं उन लोगों को, थोड़े अलग रहते हैं. Generally present in the renal vessels near your kidneys. Okay, so this is the basic innovation or sites of release of your neurotransmitter of acetylcholine. I'm not sure whether you had been taught about this or not last year, but if you didn't understand this, or if you want me to repeat anything in this, please feel free to ask, because this is very important for you to know how acetylcholine will work and how cholinergic drugs will work, ये मालूम रहना बहुत जरूरी है आपको. Background information. You can put it in the chat as well if you didn't understand or if you want me to repeat it. Okay. So there can be the possibility that you don't know whether you know or not. There is also that. I would suggest that एक बार before reading cholinergic drugs, before we get into the pharmacology of cholinergic drugs, you study the parasympathetic nervous system in your anatomy and physiology specifically. How it works, किधर किधर innervation रहता. I'm sure थोड़ा basic तो दिए होंगे. Anyway, we are going over the innervations. You don't have to go into a lot of detail, but बेसिक एनाटॉमी टेक्स्ट बुक जो आपके नर्सिंग लेवल पे रहती वो भी बस हो जाती. Now, coming specifically at the level of the neuron, if we look at how transmission is occurring, so one important thing, there is a difference between conduction and transmission. Okay, conduction is when impulse is traveling in the nerve fiber. Transmission is when that impulse is traveling across a synapse. Okay, so for example, if I have a neuron like this, and this is the nerve terminal, and I have another neuron like this. Let us suppose these are the dendrites. Please excuse the horrible diagram, but it does represent a neuron, apparently so. हाँ, ठीक है. यहाँ पर let us suppose both of them are conforming with acetylcholine. ठीक है, both of them are cholinergic type of receptors, cholinergic type of nerve. See, the nerve categorization will be depending on the neurotransmitter it is using, or the major neurotransmitter it is using. It will have other neurotransmitters as well, but majorly it will only use one type of neurotransmitter. For example, अगर adrenaline use कर रहे हैं तो adrenergic न्यूरॉन्स बोलते हैं उन लोगों को. अगर डोपामीन यूज कर रहे हैं बोले तो डोपामिनर्जिक बोलते हैं. असिटाइल कोलिन यूज कर रहे हैं तो कोलिनर्जिक बोलते हैं. So on and so forth, depending on whatever neurotransmitter is being used by that neuron, wherever it is, whether it is in the periphery, from your spinal cord to the effector muscles, or whether it be in your brain itself, depending on the neurotransmitter that is being used, appropriately that neuron will be named. ठीक है, adrenergic रहने दो, dopaminergic रहने दो, cholinergic रहने दो, whatever it is. Now, अरे, one second. As I was telling you about conduction and transmission. Conduction is when stimulus is coming here, threshold stimulus. It is causing an action potential to occur. This action potential is going to the nerve end or the nerve terminal. It is stimulating a neurotransmitter. It will stimulate a vesicle here, which will have the neurotransmitter. It will cause calcium to come in, and ultimately that neurotransmitter will bind with the with the edge of this thing, with the edge of your neuron terminal or nerve terminal, and the nerve this thing is released. ठीक है, अगर आपके नर्व टर्मिनल को ऐसा देखें, लेट अस सपोज दिस इज द नर्व टर्मिनल. ठीक है, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज these vesicles that are present, यहाँ से stimulus आ रहा. ठीक है, conduction is occurring. This will come and stimulate present the stimulus here, because of which what will happen is calcium will come in, and this in turn will cause these vesicles to go out. These vesicles will have your neurotransmitter. ठीक है, इनके अंदर रहता है न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर, वेदर इट इज एड्रेनालिन, असिटाइलकोलिन, डोपामीन, whatever the neurotransmitter this nerve is conforming with, that neurotransmitter will be present in these vesicles. And whenever stimulus is coming, these vesicles will go and attach to the surface of this thing, and surface of the nerve terminal, and these neurotransmitters are released outside into the synapse. Okay, now the movement of what do you call passage of this thing, the neurotransmitter passage of information or the impulse through the synapse is called transmission. Okay, this is conduction. Inside the neuron will be conduction, outside the neuron in between the synapse. ठीक है, so let us suppose यहाँ पर डेंड्राइट्स है, डेंड्राइट्स के ऊपर रिसेप्टर्स रहते हैं, ठीक है। These neurotransmitters will go and attach to specific receptors because of which threshold potential is generated here again. You have the soma here of the next neuron, ठीक है। So this is, let's suppose this is the second neuron and this is the first neuron. Impulse is being conducted in the first neuron through the axon. It is reaching the nerve terminal where it is stimulating the vesicle. Whenever that vesicle is being stimulated, those neurotransmitters are released out into the synapse, ठीक है। And through the synapse these neurotransmitters are going to the dendrite of the next neuron and they're stimulating the specific receptor on the dendrite, because of which again impulse is transmitted here in the form of threshold potential. Threshold potential axon hillock ko pahunch ke, if there is enough amount of potential being built up, it will turn into action potential. You already know that action potential will again get propagated. There will be this thing क्या बोलते हैं, सोडियम क्लोराइड के आयंस ऊपर नीचे होते, they will go in, some of them will come out, it will cause depolarization and transmission occurs. That is how the saltatory motion of your impulse occurs, ठीक है। I hope ये समझ में आया। If you did not understand or if you want me to repeat it, please feel free to ask. Okay. See, it is fairly easy for me to get it back like this as well. In case अगर थोड़ी देर बाद register हुआ and थोड़ी देर बाद doubt आया तो you can ask. It's not a big problem. Right. Now coming specifically to acetylcholine, let us suppose we are talking about a cholinergic receptor, cholinergic neuron, sorry. Okay, let us suppose this is the nerve terminal of a cholinergic neuron, and let us suppose this is an effector. यहाँ पर let us suppose we have cholinergic receptors. These are cholinergic receptors in which acetylcholine will go and bind. All right. Now what happens is, first of all, the stimulus comes from यहाँ पर choline will get transported along with sodium. There is an energy dependent sodium transporter present here. There's a special protein present in your axon. Energy dependent sodium transporter bolte usko. This fellow, I'm just representing choline with C, okay, because there's not enough space here. Just write it as C and Na. It will take up energy and it will first transport it will transport choline, not acetylcholine, it will transport only choline with sodium. So a sodium molecule is going into the axon with the help of choline, or choline is being transported with the help of sodium into the axon. Now what happens is you have choline present here, right? Now listen carefully what is happening from here on out. Here you have choline. Okay, forget about the sodium for now. Choline combines with acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A is present inside your axon. Okay. This combination or this reaction occurs in the presence of acetyl transferase. Choline acetyl transferase बोल के रहा था. Just number it as 1. यहाँ पर I'll write it. 1 is choline acetyl transferase. So the first step is choline is moving inside the axon. Okay, that choline will combine with acetyl coenzyme A, and this reaction is occurring in the presence of choline acetyl transferase. It's a enzyme because of which you will get acetylcholine, ACH. Okay, that's the first step. Acetylcholine, whenever you have a lot of acetylcholine, it will be stored in vesicles. So let us suppose you have small vesicles like this. And they have acetylcholine in them. Let us suppose we make acetylcholine purple in color. Okay. These are small molecules of acetylcholine. Now whenever there is a impulse that is transmitted through your axon, it will reach the presynaptic membrane, it will reach the neuron terminal and it will stimulate one of these vesicles. ठीक है, यहाँ से impulse आ रहा है, so I'm erasing this for now. ठीक है, let us suppose an impulse is coming like this and it will stimulate one of these. ठीक है, because of which what will happen is calcium molecule comes in, the whole area will get stimulated, calcium comes inside, and this fellow once calcium is being transported inside the nerve terminal, this fellow will be ejected out. Okay, because the potential here will change, because of which what will happen is this vesicle will go and bind to the membrane of the nerve terminal essentially. All right, once it is binding, what will happen is exocytosis occurs. These molecules of acetylcholine are entering the synapse. Specifically, what will happen is these will go and attach to the cholinergic receptor present on the dendrite of the next neuron, or whatever it is. Cholinergic receptor present on an effector muscle रहने या gland रहने or wherever it is. Okay, wherever that cholinergic receptor is present, these acetylcholine molecules will go and provide the stimulus. Immediately after the stimulus has been provided, acetylcholine, now remember these are all ACH molecules, okay? Acetylcholine will be broken down with the help of enzyme number 2. Okay? 2 is cholinesterase. Okay? Now acetylcholine molecule itself is an ester. Okay? That molecule कोलिनेस्टरेज जो है वो नहीं क्या करता, असेटाइल कोलिन मॉलिक्यूल को ब्रेक कर देता. All right, acetylcholine itself is an ester of choline. Okay, acetyl ACH जो है is an ester of choline. So with the help of choline esterase, you are breaking that ester bond, because of which what you will get is one choline molecule and one acetic acid molecule. Okay, you will not get acetyl coenzyme, you will get acetic acid. Okay, bear that in mind. In the formation of acetyl coenzyme, you are taking one choline molecule and you are adding this thing, what you call acetyl coenzyme to it. यहाँ पर choline and acetic acid is formed. Anyway, forget about the acetic acid. The important part is this choline which is present in the synapse will go back towards the axon and it gets reabsorbed into the this thing into the axon using that sodium energy transporter. Okay, so again choline gets inside using sodium and using energy, and you have choline combining with this thing acetyl CoA to make acetylcholine. The same this thing process keeps on repeating. That is how the circulation of acetylcholine occurs. ये समझ में आया process. There are two different enzymes here which are very important and they are very distinct. Choline acetyl transferase is responsible for formation of acetylcholine. Choline esterase is responsible for breakdown of acetylcholine. Okay, this enzyme will be very very important because there are drugs that are used in this form. Okay, choline esterase. Okay, to stop that, in case I'll tell you the scenario when you want to stop that enzyme, but cholinesterase is an enzyme that is helping in breakdown of acetylcholine, and choline acetyl transferase is responsible for makeup of acetylcholine. Now remember these neurotransmitters, once they have performed their function, यहाँ पर जाके cholinergic receptor को attach होते, they'll perform a stimulus because of which depolarization is occurring or whatever that response is occurring. यहाँ पर once it is done, these transmitters will leave this position. They will not continuously be stimulating that site. Okay, they will leave that area and they will come back into the synapse. And the problem is if these acetylcholine molecules stay in that synapse for long enough, there is a chance that they can re-stimulate these receptors. So instead of getting stimulus once, you will get multiple stimuli. You don't want that. So what your body does is, that is why it will break down acetylcholine. Once it has done its job, that neurotransmitter will be broken down. Same thing happens with adrenaline, dopamine. The mechanism is slightly different, but similar thing happens. Okay. Did you understand this? Or if any one of you have any doubts or if you want me to repeat anything, Please feel free to ask.
और एक बार वो
एक और बार बोलो. अच्छा. So choline जो रहता, choline molecule, this fellow enters into the axon with the help of a sodium transporter. There is a protein that is present on the axon, which will help in transportation of sodium and choline together using energy. Okay, because of which choline is going inside. First step. Second step, choline combines with acetyl coenzyme, which is present inside the axon, to make ACH. This makeup of acetylcholine is happening in the presence of this enzyme, choline acetyl transferase. This is step 2. Okay. Step 3 is acetylcholine will be stored in the form of vesicles. And whenever you have an impulse coming into this area, let's suppose what do you call this thing, action potential reaches the nerve end and it stimulates a vesicle, because of which what happens is calcium starts entering into the nerve terminal and these vesicles end up into the synapse. These will undergo exocytosis, just writing exo here, exocytosis, and these neurotransmitters will be thrown into the synapse. These neurotransmitters, now step 4, what will happen is these will go and stimulate the receptors present on the other end. यहाँ पर जो cholinergic receptor present है, whether it be present on a gland, whether it be present on an organ, whether it be present on a ganglion, जिधर भी है, those cholinergic receptors, whatever it is, whether it is nicotinic or muscarinic, I'll explain tomorrow what is nicotinic or muscarinic, but वो receptor को stimulate करते, they will bind to these receptors and they will stimulate the receptor and they will come out. Okay, once they have done the job, for example, let us suppose this lock is locked, you are using a key, opening the lock and removing the key out. Okay, acetylcholine molecules which are stored inside the synapse now are converted or they are broken down using cholinesterase into choline and acetic acid. This choline which gets accumulated in your synapse goes back into the presynaptic axon. ठीक है, यहाँ पर synapse से पहले तो presynaptic axon, and the whole process repeats again. One other important step that I forgot to tell you, थोड़े acetylcholine molecules can bind with presynaptic receptors as well. Presynaptic cholinergic receptors रहते हैं यहाँ पर, which will give a negative feedback loop. Meaning, whenever there is enough amount of acetylcholine present in the synapse, these some of these acetylcholine molecules will bind with this receptor, presynaptic receptor. ठीक है, so as to indirectly it is telling your nerve to stop producing more amount of acetylcholine because there's already enough amount of acetylcholine in the synapse. Okay, but that's a side function. The main function is this cycle. Okay, from choline going into the axon, forming acetylcholine, going into the vesicle, coming out into the synapse in the presence of this thing on the stimulus, on the stimulus of a impulse. It is attaching to a cholinergic receptor, doing its function, coming out, breaking down, and that choline molecule is going back in. That is the whole reaction or the life cycle of acetylcholine. अभी समझ में आया? Or if you have any specific doubts, anyone else, or if any one of you didn't understand, still.